we're ready.
I guess.
Let's do it. All right. Good morning. My name is John with thepinetree.net, and I have the great pleasure to be back here with Larry Cornish at the hospital this morning, and we're going to do another little, I guess, a quarterly update. And thank you for letting me stop by and invade your conference room here. And you know, it's
nice to have you here.
Now, what do we got on tap today?
Well, I thought we'd spend a few moments talking about some of the physician recruitment activities that we've been doing. Talk about some of the health fair and the community activities we've been doing out there recently and in the next coming weeks and days. Talk about some of the stuff that we're doing in strategic planning, and maybe talk a little bit about economic development and anything else that just comes up.
You got it. All right. Now, I guess on the top of the list is physician recruitment. You guys have had some wins lately, huh?
New win.
Yes, there.
New win. We have a physician that we just recruited. His name is Paul Nguyen, and he's a family practice physician. Just completed his residency in St. Paul. He's going to be down at our Copperopolis Family Medical Center. He's actually down there now. He started a couple weeks ago, and he's going to be a phenomenal physician. So those of you that are in the Copperopolis area and are looking for a family practice physician, check him out at the Family Medical Center at Lake Tulloch Plaza.
Got it. And you're going to give him a spiffy new office next year, right?
Yes. He's going to be moving from there, Lake Tulloch Plaza, to the new Family Medical Center at Coppertown Square sometime about this time next year.
Very nice.
13,000 square foot building.
That will be neat. And I guess, yeah, very nice. I mean, that's cool.
And just before Dr. Nguyen joined us, Tony Tran, another family practice physician who happens to be a friend of Paul Nguyen, he joined us as a family practice physician, and he's down in Valley Springs and doing very good. His schedule is already booked.
Nice.
And that's a good indication of his caliber of practice.
Right.
So he's doing very good down there. We have a couple more that are will be coming here in the next month. Dr. Timothy McGregor, he's a pediatrician. He's going to be at our Family Medical Center in Angels Camp October 1st.
Oh, nice.
And then we've also have another pediatrician. He goes by the name of KJ Armand, and he's going to be here around late November, December.
Okay.
And we're going to position him in the Family Medical Center in Valley Springs. So you've got a full-time pediatrician in Angels Camp, where historically we've had a lot of peds.
Right.
And of course, Valley Springs area is growing like crazy with families.
Right.
And so we'll have a full-time pediatrician down there too, so to support that community, and that's real exciting. So we had a lot of. Along with bringing new physicians in, we have a lot of reshuffling of mid-level practitioners, family nurse practitioners. We lost one of our physician's assistants in the Arnold area. Robin elected to leave the community, and so we replaced Robin with Stephanie Peffer, who was our family nurse practitioner down in Copperopolis, and she's taking over as the lead practitioner in the Arnold Clinic.
Now, most of the patients, that should be a smooth transition because they probably know her already.
Yes, Stephanie has been in the Arnold area for a long time. She lives up there. She worked with Dr. Schätzlein and Dr. Kafuni, and then she went over and worked at Sonora. She's got about like 18 years of emergent and critical care nursing, and so we're real happy. We were real pleased to have her back a year ago, and now we have her back in Arnold, which is like her hometown.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's fact. We've had a couple emails letting us know that she was back in the back in the area, so it's kind of
that's good. Yeah. And we put a press release out that we saw in Pine Tree. Thank you very much.
Well, that's very cool. Now, I guess, how about the community reports? What's going on with the?
Well, hopefully everybody has seen the community report that we put out about 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
We published it in all the newspapers. We've got to get it on your website.
Okay.
And I'll get that to you today, maybe. But the community report is kind of a snapshot of all of the activities that we've done in this past year with physician recruitment, with community activities, sponsorships, all the, where we were when we started the hospital, where we are today, what the future looks like, all of those type of activities. So if you are interested in knowing more about Mark Twain St. Joseph's Hospital, specific to what we've been doing this last year, because this last year has been incredible.
Yes, it has. You guys have been busy.
We've been real busy. But it's good busy.
Yeah.
And but grab hold of the community report, and if you don't have one at your fingertips, which you probably don't by now, but look it up on Pine Tree, or you can call me at 754-2526, and I can throw one in the mail to you. It really came out to be a nice piece, and we're actually going to frame it and put it in the boardroom, and then every year we'll put the new one in, and we'll kind of make this the first of many.
So that would be kind of the watermark to shoot above for every year.
Exactly. And this is the first. I've been here for 19 years now, and every year we have had a false start on doing a community benefit report or a community report.
Right.
This year is the first year we've really spent the time and energy to do a community report. So it came out really well. Real proud of it.
Very nice. And I guess we could probably, we can probably do it in accompanying this video as well. So if they want to, we can, post it.
Perfect.
If you look down, it'll be below it.
Whatever that means. Okay. Oh boy. So that's kind of a pretty good lead into some of the community activities we've been doing lately. And last time we reported, we kind of gave the audience a heads up on some of the things we were going to be doing in the community. And so let me just recap a couple of them. We saw the Pine Tree up at Arnold on Wednesday with the Music in the Parks. Parks put on by the Calaveras County Arts Council, and we had a mini health fair up there. And these mini health fairs, what happens in a mini health fair is we bring our easy up canopy and the table and about 4 chairs, and we sit around and we talk about health information, and we do blood pressure checks for anybody who wants to have their blood pressure checked. And we also do some physical strength type things with our occupational therapist that's on staff. And those type of things. So if you're listening to music or there's a break in the action, you want to get your blood pressure checked or something like that.
Right.
It's a good place to do it, and we always have fun up there. Usually we get some frowns from the people in the audience because we're making too much fun in the background. But it is a good service to the community. Actually, we had one gentleman who he was going to have to go see his private practice physician.
So you actually caught one on a screen that was...
We catch one about every other time.
Wow.
It's really, he's
so
on...
it was like a blood pressure related thing. He needed to go, huh?
Yes. We were doing a health fair up at Ironstone last year, and one of their workers, boy, he was way off the chart.
Wow.
And that's one of those. That's a reward of doing this type of stuff is when you can catch something, because a lot of people don't get their blood pressure checked. They just keep going on and on and on.
Right.
And so it's a reward to us when we can find somebody and actually guide them to a physician so that they can have it checked and taken care of. So that was Arnold on Wednesday night, and then let's see, next week. We're going to be down at the Copperopolis Town Square. They do a summer concert series on Thursdays. Right. We're going to have the same mini health fair set up there. And then on September 5th, we're going to be in Murphy's First Friday concert, a mini health fair. So if you're in the Murphy's area on Friday, September 5th, we'll be there. And then I think we're going to do one more farmer's market down in Angels Camp on September 12th. Yeah. So those are some things you can drop by if you happen to be in the neighborhood or listening to music or buying fresh fruit. Stop by our booth and get your blood pressure checked, do a strength exercise, get some health information. Right. We always are promoting our nurse call center, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Talk to a nurse, get referred to a physician. The audio library is available. So we're out there late in the community, know all the stuff that's available.
Very nice. Now I guess what do you have coming up as far as planning, as far as for the kind of the strategic planning and stuff for the hospital? Okay,
just kind of an overview on strategic planning. Every hospital does strategic planning. They're not just here for today. you have to plan for tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
5 years, 10 years, and even though, you know, what we plan today for 5 years down the road is probably going to change quite drastically. In fact, last year, our strategic plan for this year was changed. Probably 25% of the items on it got changed just because of technologies or new programs and services that happen to be coming up. But we just finished our strategic planning. The board actually approved our strategic plan for the next 3 years earlier this month. And we yesterday actually met with our hospital foundation and updated them on some of the key strategic plans that we have for this next 2-3 years,
Mm-hmm.
so that they can better partner with us and communicate to the community through their advocacy and help support us with finances that are directly in line with our strategic plan, so that we're not, you know, they're not out there fundraising for something that a piece of equipment that is not going to be appropriate.
Yeah.
So it's kind of fun to not only do the strategic planning, but to share it. And, you know, it's not public, but as things evolve and things can get released, like, you know, last year we did the strategic planning that involved the Copperopolis Family Medical Center.
Mm-hmm.
And that's out there in the news now. Everybody's seen the picture of it and know that we're going to Coppertown Square big. And, you know, these things just start laying out.
And I guess it kind of segues into some of the other stuff we're talking about as far as, and we may be jumping out of order here a little bit, but I thought it was nice into the economic side of a hospital. I think a lot of, because, you know, the economic development is all the, I guess not the buzzword, but I guess in some ways it is in the county these days. And I think with a hospital is a key component. I mean, a good, well-functioning hospital is a key component to attracting businesses to the area, or, I mean, not just recruitment for, I mean, it's a key piece, correct? I mean, probably studies have borne that out, that if you don't have a good, it's hard to build your other economic base around that.
That's right. It's very difficult to have a successful community without a successful hospital. And a hospital, a strong hospital, is an attractant for new residents coming into the community as well.
Right.
So that's one of the things that we hear from the realtors or from the developers is, how can we as a hospital, what can we provide to them so that the message about our strength and successes and what we provide to the community can be passed on to potential new residents coming into the community? How can we provide health care to them? How can we provide educational services and things like that? So it is very integral to the success of economic growth and economic development to have a strong hospital. So we're a part of all of this buzz that you talked about in economic development. And boy, I wonder if we're okay in the economy. You know, there's a lot of people out there that are really hurting.
Yeah, there are.
I don't sense that really in Calaveras County as much, but I think that probably with the housing situation here, that there's a lot of people out there that need support.
Yeah, there are. I mean,
so we're doing what we can
to
support them, and we're doing what we can to support economic growth and development. Our hospital president, Feliciano Jaron, is the president of the Calaveras County Business Council. And, you know, they're doing what they can to bring new economy to the area, new businesses to the area. And that whole package that the Chamber of Commerce is working on, we're an integral part of that as well.
Yeah. I guess on a side note, I was thinking like Copperopolis specifically, since you're building the new family medical facility there, but there's also, I guess if we're being a little bit blunt, with the real estate downturn there's probably going to be some churn even in the population base of Copperopolis, and I can see where having a nice new family facility like that would encourage people to move there. You know, to move there to actually, you know, invest in the real estate market in that market, and, you know, I can see where that would have a real strong benefit for that particular area.
We're working side by side with Castle and Cook, Dave Haley and the group out there, to get us up and running the economy is lagging about 2 years from what we thought it was when we first started talking with Castle and Cook about the project. And I know that the first couple years for us being down there are going to be not a struggle, but certainly it's not going to grow as fast as we thought it was going to do. But I think you're right. I think that by us being there, it's going to help that whole Copper Valley grow. Because they know that the healthcare is going to be right there in their community.
Yeah, I mean, and that's, I can see is a huge piece.
Yeah, and that includes not just having Dr. Wynn there, but having physical therapy and radiology and laboratory and occupational health, behavioral health, maybe specialty care, periodic specialty care can be down there. So we don't know what that whole package looks like. We're still a year away and things change, but I think that the opportunity is big for that Copper Valley area with us going in there.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at, there may be a couple year blip on the trends, but long term, if you're looking at 15 and 20 years, it's still that, it's almost a certainty of what that will be.
Oh yeah, that there's going to be like, 3,000 households in there, or maybe more. But the growth that has been projected on the community plan down there, it shows it's like 25% growth every year.
It's huge.
But we're kind of projecting 8% for the first couple of years.
You want to be leading edge, but not too much.
Yeah, I don't want to be over the edge.
Well, what else anything else on economic development and stuff you want to touch on, or is that?
No, that's kind of what my thoughts were on the what the plan is for economic development and how we kind of approach that. We've got our hands in it, and I think that between the city and the county, I think they've got some great stuff. There's going to be some fun announcements here from the county and city, I think, in the next month that are going to be key to our future in Calaveras County. So I'm looking forward to it.
And also want to, Louis said, is you guys, I think it's been impressive this last year, is your outreach on your job fairs and your, basically one of the things that if you're following what's coming out of the economic, like with Tim Johnson's speech, from the chamber stuff and yesterday and also a month ago, is real economic growth. As far as if you're building up your employment base here, you're investing in the people here. It's a long-term actual growth of the assets, people assets as well, and not just because I think there's been a lot of, not just the financial transactions, but as far as long-term actual good, solid economic growth for the people in the county and the hospital as well.
Yeah, hospitals are not just medicine.
Right.
Hospitals are health. And everybody has a different definition of health. We want to make sure that this remains a healthy community, that people are healthy in the lifestyle that they either grew up in or came to Calaveras County to have. And so we really work with the kids, if you will, to ensure that they know that when they go away to school, and we encourage them to go away to school and get that 4-year degree, that there's going to be some really good jobs available to them when they come back. Feliciano and I are going to be doing a career, some sort of we're speaking to the Bret Hart Junior class. I think we're going to do junior and sophomore this year, coming up here in a couple weeks. And we're going to be talking about not only the clinical positions that we have here at the hospital, and how that is a career that's available, but also the non-clinical positions that we have here at the hospital as well.
Right.
And we're also going to be very active in their mentoring program this year, senior mentoring program, senior projects.
Right.
We have one of our dietitians and our physical therapists are going to be involved with that mentoring program. We're going to be tying it into our Family Fit program that we've been working with the schools on. In fact, having a meeting with John Brophy this afternoon to kind of prepare the schools in Calaveras County to roll out this Family Fit program, which is sponsored by the Take It to Heart Foundation.
Okay.
And so that's pretty exciting. We're going to start a hospital-based Family Fit program, so to fight childhood obesity.
Mm-hmm.
And what that looks like is that a physician who may have a child that is not part of the Family Fit program in school, which is for 4th and 5th graders,
Right.
but if the child if he's obese and is susceptible to diabetes,
Mm-hmm.
type 2 diabetes,
Mm-hmm.
that the doctor can write a prescription, come to the hospital, get enrolled in our Family Fit program, which is a mirror image of the one in the school, and that it looks like it's going to be a free program
Oh, good.
to the
Good.
to the families. So those are the type of things that we're involved with. We're going to be doing another career day down at Toyon Middle School in the spring. There's just a lot of stuff going on. We have the Teddy Bear Clinic coming up.
Ah, the second annual,
The
right?
second annual. It is going to be the second annual Teddy Bear Clinic. It's going to be the week of October 20th, so we have a couple
Man,
months
that's coming
away.
up quick.
It is coming up quick.
Wow.
You think it's coming up quick? How about us? We have to do it. And that was great to put on for all the kindergartners in Calvert County.
Yeah.
And then on the big event that's coming up on September 27th is our annual health fair, the 10th
Right.
annual health fair here
Right.
at the hospital. And that's looking real good. And I do want to let the community know that we're doing a 5K fun run walk on that day. This has been something that we really have a passion to do.
Right.
It's part of this health thing.
Mm-hmm.
It just takes off Pope Street and heads up the hill and comes back, and there's no charge to be in it.
Okay.
But if you're interested in coming down and doing the fun run walk, you can call Catherine at 754-2604. She can
Okay.
send you registration form. There's free, bananas and oranges and stuff like that. We're giving trophies out, and ribbons to everybody. And then you can come over and get your blood drawn for $30 at the health fair. You can get a free flu shot. You can have a bone density study. You can visit with organizations who are health related, healthy habits, nutritional food.
Right.
All that kind of stuff is going to be right here at the hospital from 7 o'clock till noon on September 27th.
All right.
It's a
And
Saturday.
With this being an Olympic year, everybody's probably used to seeing, want to get out there and do some exercising rather than just watching it with the remote.
Wouldn't that be,
Yeah.
what a good incentive that
Yeah.
brought us along to get healthy again, lose some of that girth we've gained. I wasn't going to mention this, but I will. This, what's the gal's name? The volleyball player.
Oh,
Walsh.
yeah.
Can't remember her first name. Anyway, she's been wearing this tape, the
Yeah.
kinesiology tape.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That seems to be the big thing right now. That we actually have a certified therapist on staff that is certified in the application of the kinesiology tape.
Interesting.
So if you're out there and you're rehabbing from an injury or something like that,
like a
and
rotator cuff or something
Yeah.
like that.
and your
Very nice.
physician, says, well, maybe we ought to try that. Well, we've got this certified therapist on staff that can apply that kinesiology
Or if you just want to
tape.
look cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, it's kind of like.
I thought that was a tattoo when I first
Yeah.
saw her. I was looking
Kind
at
of
what
healthy,
in the world?
healthy ink. That's
She's
the.
got this big tarantula hanging on her shoulder. How's that going to affect her volleyball? But they did good. We're real proud of those two. Okay, so
Thank you.
that's kind of cool.
Thank
We're
you very
done.
much. Thanks for and thanks for the hospital for doing what you do. And I think sometimes there's not a lot of you take organizations like yours for granted, and I think if you ever have to do that, imagine your community without them here, and what a different place it would be.
Yeah.
And want to say thanks for doing what you do.
Sure, that's an interesting comment. Think of what Calvert County would not be or would look like if it didn't have a hospital here.
Whew. Oh yeah.
That would be, and then you look at it from an economic standpoint. 300 employees.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what I haven't looked it up lately, but how much money we ingest back in the
Right.
community from salaries and
Right.
buying homes and all
Yep.
this kind of stuff. It is huge.
And I think interesting in the last one is like on challenging economic times, and I think that a lot of people could realize that one of the best things an organization can do to benefit their citizens and is jobs. Because think about that, is you guys provide great, a huge number of jobs that you're saying is, you know, in a market like this, you know, where certain segments of the economy are cyclical, whether it be building and some of the other trades, you know, having a core group of a large number of jobs like that is huge. And I think, you know, and people should realize that.
Well-paying careers,
Yeah.
fully benefited.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're pretty proud of it.
As you should be.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
you bet.
All right.
Thank you.